protest do you go to?
Protests of...
Just like any protest. It doesn't have to be like abortion. Because why don't you guys like put these sides down, go to the Black Lives Matter one?
I went to one just the other day.
Awesome, good to hear, man.
And they didn't like me being there.
What, did you bring this sign?
I brought a different sign, I think.
Well,
and they didn't like it.
Why wouldn't they like it?
Because they support murdering babies. And they hate God.
That's not what that protest is about. That protest is about Black lives.
Well, and we were trying to tell them that they're murdering Black lives in the womb, and they don't care about that. They support murdering Black lives in the womb. So they're actually...
Black lives in the womb isn't the problem right now. The problem is police brutality. It's killing people in the streets every
it's one problem, but like thousands of babies are being murdered every day for decades, and people don't care much about it.
Why are you like taking away from their protest by having your protest?
Well, because we should be protesting this every day, because this happens every day.
That right now, you guys could be putting your time to that right now, because people who are living here and now, living like you and me right now, are right out there dying.
Do you believe these are people?
I believe those are people, but I think a woman should have her right to get rid of a child if she so pleases.
To murder a child?
To murder her child, yes.
Why? Why do you believe that?
Because it's her body, her choice. But that's not the point. I was going to say, like, why don't you guys go and help that protest?
Because thousands of people are doing that across the country, and not many people are doing this. It's embarrassing how few people are doing this. So
this shouldn't matter right now, because people who are living right now, walking around, breathing on these streets, that guy right there, he could be shot and killed by police just because they feel like it.
And if he was, then we would come to his defense or your defense if they were going to murder you. And we would come to your defense.
Well, I'd hope so.
And
you should go express that, though.
Well, but almost no one's coming to their defense. Our preborn neighbors, almost no one's coming to their defense.
I still think it's a woman's choice, but that's like not the fight I'm trying to have with you right now. I'm saying like you guys could go put like this energy that you're putting out right now and help those protesters right now, because that's what we need to fight right now.
Well, they're not doing it for Jesus Christ. They're doing it out of a bankrupt worldview. I know, because the one I went to, they hate God. They're basing it on, I'm not sure what they base it on. They even base, like, they say no justice, no peace. I'm like, well, what worldview do you base this on? Do you even do this? They don't do it for God.
No justice because there's no justice for them through our corrupt system right now.
But how do they define justice without the law of God? How do they define it? How do any of us define
like they're
it?
saying that doesn't mean they believe in God. Many of the protesters I've like walked alongside believe in God and will spout about God the entire damn time.
I mean, most people do believe in God, but at the same time, the problem is they cry about they're demanding justice for one man who was murdered, and for Black lives.
Oh, no, but they're demanding justice for all the lives that are fallen. Breonna Taylor or George Floyd's just one of them.
But the problem is they support the greatest injustice in the world, the slaughter of their preborn neighbors. So they're hypocrites, honestly. They're hypocrites.
With that, like, wholeheartedly.
That's fine.
They're fighting for people.
Not everybody.
Fight for people too.
Yeah, we are. We're fighting for people who've been abandoned by this society, and that's. I mean, if they weren't hypocrites, if they actually were had a biblical worldview, then we could join together. But they hate Christians. I know, because I've been there, and I'm not saying everybody in there. I'm just saying the ones I've seen. To be honest, they're human rights hypocrites. They want justice for people outside the womb, but people inside the womb, I would venture to say that some of these protesters are murdering their babies this week.
They might be, and I think that's their choice.
So that they're murdering people when they're crying against the murder of people. They're hypocrites.
I disagree.
They're just hypocrites.
But that's just like another argument. I'm saying like you guys can put your energy into like other protests right now and helping those people who need help right this instant.
Well, they're being helped. I mean, all 4 officers have been charged. Yeah. The officer who murdered Mr. Floyd, he's been charged with murder. But he should be put to death. He honestly should have been put to death like the very day afterwards. He should have been found guilty within seconds and just put to death for what he did. And because I watched the murder on video and it disgusted me.
Yeah,
it disgusted me to see. What? And that's because we have a conscience that tells us right from wrong, the law of God. And I watched those people just standing there watching it, not intervening, because they knew if they intervened, they either would have been shot, arrested, beat up, most likely.
They would have gotten it.
And I see most people acting that way with the preborn. We know those are human beings. Wisconsin law, you can look this up, because I have. Wisconsin law statute 940-04 actually says the words unborn child means human being from the time of conception. That uses that very wording. So I mean, even the law of our own state says these are human beings. And yet people still want to say, no, these aren't human beings, or a mother has a right to murder her baby. That's crazy. We don't say that about.
Like, that's my personal opinion.
Do you profess to be a Christian, or what?
No, I'm not personally Christian.
Okay. So what would happen if you died today? Where would you go? What would happen to you?
I think it's just the end for me. I'm going to be reincarnated and all that. That's like my personal belief.
But are you willing to bank your whole life, your eternity on that?
Absolutely.
That's a big gamble.
It's a long time, and I'm willing to do that.
Well, I wouldn't say it's a very wise.
You're willing to bank your whole eternity on your beliefs.
Well, it's based on evidence, the Holy Spirit that indwells in me. That the Bible has proven itself over time to be true, and Jesus Christ saved me, which is why we do this. We don't do this because it's.
Like, I respect your beliefs wholeheartedly.
Well, thank you.
Don't get me wrong.
What was your name?
Christian.
Oh,
Nice talking to you.
Nicholas.
Nice talking to you.
Well, did you have a Bible at home, Christian?
Oh no, I don't. I do have a Psalms. I used to be Catholic.
A lot of people grew up Catholic.
Yeah.
A lot of people do. Well, I encourage you to turn away from your sins and trust in Christ. He alone can save you. He saved me. He saved me. He can save you too.
Thank you very much for talking. Hope you have a good one, man.
You as well.